Hi YouTube, my name is Glenn and today I'll be doing a Sudio Tolv review. The Sudio Tolv was sent to me by Sudio sometime in the month of June. Jesse and myself had tried and tested it out, but I thought I would take a step further and use it for an entire 7 days to see how much I liked it. Before we begin, I would like to mention that Sudio sent us these earphones. However, this is not a sponsored video. They did not pay us to do a review for them. Okay, out of the box, this version looks like it's different from the retail stores. In the box there's a bag and the Sudio Tolv itself. So what we have here are the casing, earbuds, Sudio guarantee certificate, and the warranty cards and the manual. Some extra earbuds, probably of different sizes, micro USB cable, that's about it. Now here's the good news. We will be giving away this pair of earphones and you can stay till the end of the video to find out how to get them. However, we will not be giving it out during this video. This will be a very frank and layman kind of review, as I will never claim to be a sound expert. But what do you know? I also own a Soundcore Liberty Air 2, which is around the same price and range and release date as the Sudio Tolv. I also own the Boss Quiet Comfort 35, which cost me around $350 when I got them. I'll be upfront. Headphones like this are a world of difference as opposed to their tinier counterparts. Hands down, the sound quality of big boys like this are huge. Then again, the year is 2020 and there's no way that I would travel or go around town with something this huge anymore. Marie Kondo style. Convenience and an all-rounder is what I'm looking for these days. Straight up, this is the Sudio Tolv. Now these earphones have lived up to their 7 hours of single charge usage over and over again, plus minus. The casing did give 3 to 4 full charges before having to charge. These claims from Sudio are definitely correct. The battery casing comes with a micro USB charging port, which I was hoping for a USB-C instead. The battery level of the casing is not easily understood for a first-time user. On the back of the casing are 2 LED indicators. On the left side, if it shows white for 10 seconds, the battery is 70 to 100% charged. Blinking white for 10 seconds, 40 to 70% charged. Solid red for 10 seconds, the battery is 10 to 40%. If it is blinking red for 10 seconds, the casing battery is 0% to 10%. Now on the right is another indicator. If it is solid red, it means that the earphones are being charged. If the red lights are off, earphones are fully charged, or the casing battery is depleted. I felt it was troublesome as the only way we can tell the battery level of the case is only after returning the earphones back to the casing. As for the earphones themselves, only your handphone can tell you the battery level. Pairing of the earphones is extremely easy. Just lift them up from the casing and they immediately go into pairing mode. Pairing is extremely fast, faster than my good old Soundcore Liberty Air 2 for sure. However, I must say, I do like my Soundcore Liberty Air 2 casing much better. And now for the earphones itself. When I took them out of the box for the first time, I was wondering why it felt uncomfortable to place the earphones on. I was putting them in the wrong direction. Every other earphones goes this way. But the moment I got the right side up and it fitted into my ear, it was very clear to me that the comfort levels of this pair of earphones are crazy good. They beat my Soundcore Liberty Air 2 anytime. It felt so light and almost non-existent in my ears. It was crazy. This should be called Sudio Tolv Air or something. With my Liberty Air 2s, I would go at most an hour before taking them off to air my ears or just to get rid of the weight and rest my ears for a while. With the Sudio Tolv, I could go on it for more than 2 hours at a go and still feel no fatigue on my ears. As I do a lot of running and rollerblading, this is a crucial point. I sometimes play computer games for 2 hours straight and have no issues with it.
Don't tell mom I play games.
Now, let's talk about the earphones. The design is definitely a standout among all earphones of this price range. In fact, the design is a plus point as compared to any earphones in any price range. I chose the anthracite version, which boasts of a copper button nested within a grey matte finish earbud. Very slick. The casing also boasts a nice rugged looking string-like feature, which honestly, I have not found a use for it yet. The design of the earphone makes it a no-brainer when it comes to the decision to buy one. I do have my reserves about the casing though. Aside from the battery indicator levels as mentioned above, I can't say that they stand up upright particularly well, thanks to the weight of the string-like feature and its unstable, small base. Now let's talk about the buttons. Many earphones these days comes with a touch-sensitive portion to the back of the earphones. Some people love it. I absolutely belong to the group who hates it. Sometimes when I leave the earphones in my pockets, the touch-sensitive features cause my earphones to switch on or off, or accidentally cause my phone to dial a number. This can be very frustrating. Or worse, sometimes holding it in my hands causes it to switch on or off. That is, my Soundcore Liberty Air 2. I will opt for earphones or earbuds with physical buttons anytime, and I must say the Sudio Tolv did a good job on this one. The buttons on the earphones are generous in real estate. Another thing I loved about the buttons is that a mere 4 seconds on both buttons switches it off, while a 6 seconds on both buttons switches it on. Why is it important to me? My Soundcore Liberty Air 2 have me both hands on the back of the earphones for 10 seconds to switch it off, sometimes causing me to look like a nutcase in public. This is also crucial as sometimes if someone comes up to speak to you and you would want to switch it off to save battery, anything more than 5 seconds can be really frustrating. First world problem. I had my mother and Jessie try the Sudio Tolv as well to see how snugly it fits on the default earbuds. All three of us never had any issue with it falling out of our ears even when we shook our heads vigorously like we were on LSD. Now let's talk about connectivity. Like all Bluetooth earphones, there is a split-second delay that is hardly noticeable when I was watching YouTube videos. I do play first-person shooters like Overwatch, and over time, I do feel a slight split-second lag, but it doesn't affect my gameplay at all. The built-in microphone was very clear and audible, and my online gaming team members had no complaints about myself being too soft. It did not pick up that much wind noises even when the fan was blowing towards me. However, there is one thing that can be improved. My Bose Quiet Comfort allows for multiple playback devices to be connected to it, which means that while I'm gaming on my computer and a call from my Samsung S10 Plus comes in, I can easily switch over to the call without having to disconnect from one device to connect to the other. However, for both my Soundcore Liberty Air 2 and Sudio Tolv, there is no such function. As I said, I like to go Marie Kondo style by having one earphone that can connect to everything. This can be frustrating. While I am watching YouTube videos and a call were to come in, I have to first disconnect my Bluetooth on my computer, followed by connecting them to my mobile phone's Bluetooth. By then, my girlfriend would have left me. Sound quality, the most important. Or is it? I am not a sound expert, neither do I have devices to help me test the accuracy of the sound. So what I did was this. I would play different genres of music and keep switching between my Liberty Air 2s and the Sudio Tolv. I must say, the Sudio Tolv's bass sounded bassier and everything else just sounded better. Still a far cry from this big boy, but I do love the sound more than my Soundcore Liberty Air 2. Unfortunately, you won't get much out of me from this review, but there are tons of other reviews out there that talks about sound quality on YouTube. Just go find them. This is a weird earphone review that doesn't talk much about the sound quality. I am a functional guy. There, I took the Sudio Tolv out for 3 separate runs in the past 7 days. Okay, I'm going to begin my rollerblading session. This is beautiful Singapore. As I had said earlier, the fitting for these earphones are splendid. I felt so light using them, almost like they were non-existent, which can be a little bit scary as I did imagine them falling out of my ears without me realizing it. For the Soundcore Liberty Air 2, you always knew it when they were there. Despite that, I will pick the Sudio Tolv anytime for its functionality when it comes to sports. The sweat and water-resistant functions works, well, like it should. The year is 2020 and everything should be water-resistant just like our mobile phones. I did not have any problems with it slipping out of my ears when sweat got into them. In conclusion, these earphones were given to me by Sudio. Would I have bought the Sudio Tolv using my own money? The answer is yes. The lightweight and super awesome comfort beats my old earphones, the Soundcore Liberty Air 2, anytime. The sound quality is better and it fits my lifestyle when I do sports or when I wear them to go out and about around town. The design is definitely very slick, slicker than most other earphones out there, and the touch of copper buttons on a grey matte finish enhances its looks for sure. Now, I do not particularly like the casing, but it does serve its function. I'm glad that for what it's worth, we spend more time using the earphones than using the casing. This is my review of the Sudio Tolv, and I hope it helps in your decision making when it comes to the purchase of it. It should be as a compliment for all the other Sudio Tolv reviews you see out there. If you like this review, do give this video a like as it would really help in my own motivation. Hit the subscribe button as well if you would like to see more reviews like this in the future, or enjoy giveaways on products like this. For the record, the Sudio Tolv will be going up on Jesse and Glenn's giveaway shelf, where we will be announcing in the future on how you can stand a chance to receive the Sudio Tolv. Just do me a favor and change the earbuds after you receive them, as I had already used them before. Gross.